everyone. Welcome in. It is Tuesday, so you know that means some Hay Bale and Friends time. I am Casey from Ormsby Farms.
I'm Monica from Bland's Promised Land Ranch.
And this is Sandy with Suburban Homesteader, Wyoming, Arizona.
All right. So you guys know Miss Ann is not in here tonight. She has been having a lot of family time, and that has been really important to her. And so for now, we are just going to just respect her privacy as we did get confirmation. We did get confirmation that she said goodbye on earth to her beautiful husband. So if you all would just keep her in prayer. I'm not the right one for this, Casey. Anyway, if you would just keep her in prayer, keep her whole family in prayer, and just really respect her privacy before we start like inundating her. We spoke to her briefly before this, and we feel like we got the confirmation that we could share that with y'all because you are like our family here. So if you would just please keep her in prayer. And I'm going to try not to cry anymore. So anyway, we are happy to be here, and we are sad for Miss Ann, and we are truly missing her each week that she's not here. But we are so thankful that we have had a chance to share in this awesome testimony that we got to witness through her and her husband. Because truly, how many times do you get to see someone end their lives with such grace and dignity? And from what we've heard from Mr. Worth. So that being said, spend your evening giving some love and sending some love, just sending, prayers up for Miss Ann and her whole family. So anyway, again, please respect her quietness and her time and her chance to grieve a little bit. And before you go and text her and all the things, because we all want to be there. I'm sure if we all could hug her neck right now, we would all do it. So she would probably suffocate from all the love we would give her. But anyway, with all that, Casey, I think we have a lot of wonderful people who love Miss Ann dearly in here. And so maybe we should say hello.
We should.
All right. Am I saying hi tonight?
Sandy, do you want to say hi?
Sandy, say hi to everybody. Since Casey and I did it last week, since you were sick. So we have Sandy back, of course, which is wonderful. So,
and
Sandy,
we're glad that Sandy is back and feeling better. And
yes.
So we're going to say hello to everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, hello to Dude Yo, where's my car? It all adds up.
Love it.
Robin Hood MN, hello. How are you tonight? We appreciate you being here tonight. And Phil Beck, hello. Jersey Dolphins, good evening. Greetings to you too. Thanks for stopping in. And Casey, Rebecca touched my arm. Rebecca, thank you so much. Thanks for stopping in. I hope you're having a good week along with everybody else. And
can I just say also that I really appreciate, because I'm seeing names in everybody's chat. So I really do appreciate y'all going to every single channel
to
say hello. Awesome. That does help. And that's why it's taken me forever to find names.
There you go. It's okay. You're doing good.
Alex by 777.
Sounds good to me. Looks good.
Okay. Hello. How are ya? Paul Case Farms. Hello.
What
you
doing?
Yeah, Miss Ann says, what are y'all doing?
Troy Sutton. Good evening, my friend. I hope you're having a great evening. And I am loving your garden space.
I know.
So Shade Tree Cook. Hello. Good evening. There's Paul Case again. Thank you for praying for our dear Ann. Thank you for that. Nanny Tam. Ann, I hope you're feeling all that love coming at you.
I'm sure she is.
Jamie Brewster, 14S. Good evening. Hello. Thanks for coming in. Ray Dean. Hello. So nice to see you. And Jake. Hello. He has a huge garden. It's like amazing.
He does. Oh my gosh. His greenhouse, his greenhouse has like full-size trees.
Yeah.
It's literally like, no, it's so tall, Casey. You couldn't even, it's bigger than, the old hoop house thing you had at your, it's taller than that. It's massive. It is gorgeous. Yeah.
And Tamara,
Yep.
good evening. I know isn't that such a blessing that
Yeah.
we're seeing Jesus right now?
I know.
You know, ah,
Oh, to open
what a
our eyes and
blessing.
see his
What a
face.
blessing.
It is, and we are just so glad that y'all are in here. And yes, and sending all the love and hearts to Anna. And
Absolutely.
tonight, we still have a topic that we're going to talk about. And I also, before that, I want to kind of go over the next couple of weeks with all of you wonderful people. So next week, we are doing an 11-hour watch-a-thon, and it's going to be really exciting. So next Tuesday from early in the afternoon until the last episode will play at 8 p.m. Eastern, you can rewatch all the weeks of this homesteading bootcamp to get ready for the following week, which is August, what, Monica?
Looking at my phone. August 4th is our big giveaway night.
Our big giveaway. Yeah?
Big giveaway night.
And we're going to be giving away tons of prizes. I think we're at like 15, 16 prizes that we're giving away. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then after our big giveaway, we are doing a bunch of reruns as we prepare for the next season. We're really excited, so more information to come. But tonight, we are talking about supplemental feed.
Mhm.
If everything goes to you know what, and you can't get feed, or you're trying to cut back on your feed bill, we'll give you some tips and tricks tonight on how to do that. Whether it's larger animals or chickens, or we're mainly talking about animals. So
Yeah.
supplemental feed as in people
Mhm.
eat some rice or potatoes, okay?
Yeah.
We're talking about animals tonight. So Monica, I'll go to you because you have the most knowledge on the large animals for
Okay.
supplemental feed. And we'll kind of work our way down weight-wise from cows back
Yeah.
down. So, Deanna. See, I said it right.
You remembered.
Let's talk about cows, supplemental feed.
Okay.
When you think supplemental feed for your cows, well, think feed, period. Talk to us about your mind process going into a season of having cattle, whether it's meat cows or just the cattle that you're keeping on your property. Yeah?
Okay, so I mean, I guess I'm okay to talk about it because but I don't feed my cows anything but grass
Yeah.
or hay.
Right.
So you can't. So I do know a little bit about supplementing some of that stuff. So like for instance, we do grass all year long, and when the grass is gone, we do add hay, and we buy non-fertilized. You can get fertilized, you can get non-fertilized.
Mhm.
When it comes to cows, we keep it simple and we go with non-fertilized because we don't want them eating anything that we wouldn't eat. And we don't necessarily love the fertilizer stuff on our food, you know? And so with the cattle or with horses, you can feed them fertilized, and that helps when they poop that you don't get a lot of the weeds.
Right.
But so that is a bonus if you feed them fertilized. But for us, Eric is kind of like, I'd rather just top the weeds and just live that life because I just rather know that they're not eating anything sprayed on. Because if that farmer that we're getting it from sprays something that we don't necessarily like, we just don't want it in it. So we just don't. So we just feed our cattle, we do grasses, we do the hay. Now we do offer protein. Like a protein tub, which has different protein and stuff in it, kind of like a lick, almost like a salt lick. So that's a supplemental, like an additive. It's not really a food source, but it is a supplement to their normal feed, and that helps them get through the winter. It helps their body retain, get some of those vitamins and minerals that maybe they've lost because now they're eating dried grass. Hay is just dried grass, and it will lose some of that nutritionally dense stuff. Now we also will take, if we do any tree clippings throughout the season, if we do grass out front. We don't fertilize any of our grass out front. So if they're not eating it because we're cutting it, we throw that out back. We put that in the pasture. They will eat leaves off of trees, things like that. We do throw that out there. Even some of the scraps from the garden, they'll eat that. If we have extra pieces, we'll just throw it out there for them to kind of pick over and eat. That's the supplement that we give to them. Some people do choose to give them corn and grains. We do not feed that to ours, but you could give them like cattle cubes, and some sweet feed. They do that for horses as well. You can give them like bags of feed. They have those things that you can do. We don't, but you can. We've had cattle that are a little bit weak. Maybe they've had worms or some sort of nutritional upset, like digestive or, some sort of problem. We have, sectioned off those cattle and supplemented their feed with like a sweet feed or like an all stock pellet. And that has a lot more nutrition in it than just maybe the hay. I think whenever we've really had times where our animals have gotten sick, it was usually when they were on hay. It just tends to be the season when they're eating hay. They usually don't get sick in the spring or summer. It's not a thing as much. We've only had one girl that constantly gets sick in the spring and summer. But most of our cattle, if they're younger, they're getting a little bit more, they're having issues in the fall, winter, when hay is being eaten. So that's what we would do to give them some supplemental feed there. Other than that, I don't know really much about horses, but I just know they're picky. So do you have any other things to add to the large animals, Sandy, that you know of?
Well, some friends of ours that live north of town, they used to just have the fields that had the hay or alfalfa and things like that. And then they switched over to regenerative farming, where they're adding all kinds of stuff into sections of their property, from radishes to flowers to all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
And they move their cattle, every day or every week, depending on how big a paddock they're in.
Rotational grazing.
Yes. And so they're getting a lot more different variety than just the grasses. They don't supplement like you don't.
Yeah.
It's all coming up from the land.
Exactly.
When they're growing everything.
Yeah.
And so, and they do a whole rotation, the cattle are growing through there, the chickens are going through there. They have a whole thing that nothing is on that land for very long. And they said that they have really seen a great difference in the meat and the health of their cattle.
Yep.
And so it's really interesting. And there's a lot of good books out there on regenerative farming and that rotation, and Gabe Brown up in North Dakota. And there's just all kinds of them, people anymore that are speakers now, sharing what they've learned and how it's helped the soil. And it's real interesting. Now, when you supplement your pigs with like the pumpkins and stuff, do the cattle ever?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. The cows love pumpkins. I mean, absolutely, they love pumpkins. We do. Whenever I throw it out there for any of the pigs, the cows will literally come running. They love to eat the pumpkins each year. And so, they will sit there and eat. Sorry, I just realized my computer's going to die. But they love the pumpkin. I'm playing the role of Anne tonight. Hold on. Let me get my computer fixed up. Don't mind me.
Yeah. Isn't it interesting, Casey, though, that so many animals love pumpkin? Those large animals down to your dogs. And it's really good for them.
It's really good for them. And I'll tell you that even my chickens love some pumpkins. And it's not a lot of prep work that you have to do, especially for the chickens. Cut it in half. If you take the seeds out, put it out there, they'll chow down, get down.
Wait, you take the seeds out for your chickens?
Yes, because I want them.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't have that much time. And we have like literally dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of pumpkins. So we literally take them, and we have videos, you probably have seen it, where Eric will take them and throw them in the air and they just hit the ground and they crack wide open. And I think my favorite thing is watching these little cows, watch the big cows. They will take their foot sometimes and stomp it. And then they will put their mouth in, and then they grab the edge of it because they don't have top teeth, they don't have the front, and so they just and they do that, and it is the cutest thing ever trying to watch them eat that, because they're just trying to use their tongue, and then it's all moving around their mouth. They look like a 90-year-old man with no teeth because he forgot to put them in. It's the cutest thing ever. Anyway, not saying I like 85 or 95-year-old men with no teeth. I'm just saying that the cows look silly.
We're learning so much tonight here on the Hay Bale, y'all. We're also learning that
Anyway,
nothing.
oh,
But pig wise, I will say that
pigs do.
from me and Marcus, mainly Marcus having pigs the past year or so, they're the easiest ones for supplemental feed
Yeah.
because they literally will eat anything and all things.
Well, and it's important too. I mean, like pigs will eat anything and everything, and they might even eat people. I don't know. I haven't tried that one. So, but I've heard stories. I watch true crime. Anyway,
So I watched a video on Instagram, and
see?
she was like, and she was joking. The girl was joking. YouTube, do not go crazy. She was saying, "I'm really sick of her. I just told her we have pigs. Be careful."
Oh my gosh.
Because that is the one way to there's no trace.
Well, pigs will eat a lot of stuff, and that's good. Now, the only thing we don't feed our pigs is pork. Hey Todd, some people will feed their animals. Some people will not feed their pigs meat at all. Hi Nyla. Some people won't feed their pigs meat at all. I feed my
Right.
pigs meat. I feed my pigs chicken. I feed my pigs beef. If I have, chunks of steak left over from dinner, if I have ground beef and a taco, I'll throw that. I give it to them when it's fresh leftovers. I don't give them like molded stuff ever. It's stuff that I have enchiladas in there and I've got chicken and cheese enchiladas and I've got 4 of them left and my kids haven't eaten them in 4 days. And I'm like, these are going to go bad. Those are Eric's real teeth. Yes, they are his teeth. But I feed them those type of meat and I will feed them meat, but it's just like, they're not herbivores. They're just like chickens. They're omnivores and they'll eat good things too. And so I just try to feed them good things because I know what I'm putting in is what I'm getting out. And so
also we joke about that too, but you still want to, when you're supplementing feed for whatever animal it is, still kind of keep to the protein pattern that animal needs.
Yeah.
Like with chickens, I've done a lot of research on chicken feed because chicken feed is expensive when you're getting the healthy stuff.
Yeah, it is.
Originally, I was buying like at a big box store. Everybody knows what big box store I'm talking about, where that has a farm equipment. And one of the girls that was there, and it's funny because she was working for the company. She was like, "You do know that feeding your chickens this is like giving your kids McDonald's and French fries every day, yeah?" And I had to stop and think about what she really meant by that. But it's super processed food.
Yeah.
Right.
Good for your kids. Not that you're thinking about eating your kids. And I don't know how it went so dark. If you are planning to eat your chickens, then as Monica said, you get what you give them with pigs, with cows, with chickens, if you're raising them for meat. So I have done a lot of research on how to not spend $4 billion a month on organic feed and supplementing their feed with stuff they like. Like during the winter, because I had to learn that you really should not give your chickens corn or corn products during the summer, during the hottest months of the month, because it heats up their body and chickens don't sweat. So the protein they use is they're burning all this energy to burn off this corn and getting hotter and hotter and hotter, and that can cause problems. So in the winter, I'm supplementing with, because I got cornmeal out my booty, because I love making some grits. So I do like a non-salted grits, and my chickens, they are in heaven, giving them some nice warm grits with no salt, just cornmeal and water. Or they love oatmeal. I supplement oatmeal, like oats and water. I don't add cinnamon. I guess, Sandy, could I add cinnamon to the chickens? Because I know it's good for their nesting. Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know necessarily ingesting it. Hey, Jeannie.
I don't think it would hurt them. Do you think, Monica? I don't think so.
No, I don't think it'll hurt them. I don't think much would hurt chickens, honestly.
Yeah, I'm telling you, there are some strong animals because they go through a lot. Now, some of Oh, I was about to say summer. What do you think, Sandy, for supplemental for chickens?
Well, in the summertime, I've always liked fermenting their feed.
Yeah.
Whatever you're feeding
Yep.
them, you're adding water, you're letting it sit for a day or two, and it swells all up.
Yep.
They eat way less food that way, and
Yeah.
it's really good for them.
Yeah. We
You
do that
know?
for pigs too, by the way. You can do that for pigs.
Yeah. And
Fantastic for them.
yeah, I think so too, because that whole fermenting process is just good for your gut, it's good for their guts.
Mhm.
Seriously.
Yeah.
And if it can stretch your dollar,
Yep.
so that bag lasts you twice as long and the chickens just devour it,
Yeah.
I think it's great. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
It,
We did that for our meat chickens too. It helped.
yeah. And what about, all the scraps that you have in your house? My chickens love watermelon.
Oh,
My
yeah.
love watermelon.
They love the cob after you've eaten corn on the cob.
Yep.
And it's very comical to watch them eat certain things.
Yeah.
And most of those things can go to the compost. It's true.
Yep.
But if you can supplement your chickens or your rabbits, depending on what you're giving them, or
Yeah.
weeds, a lot of times, like one year in my greenhouse, I just took all the weeds and all the plant material from the garden. My greenhouse was done for the year. I put the chickens in the greenhouse, and that great big pile all of a sudden kept going down, 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 and they
Yep.
were just munching away on it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We kind of touched on that a couple weeks ago when we talked about the pigs. I think we had said something about putting pigs in the garden to till it.
Yeah.
And it helped with, fertilizing the ground, but they loved it because they got all those like extra weeds and they tore up all that grass. It was fantastic for me, but it was a huge benefit for them. And I noticed they had a lot of extra things to munch on, and they went to town. They loved it. So yeah.
And you can sprinkle corn on top of the soil, put
Yep.
your hay down, and then just let those pigs root around.
Yep.
And it's just going to mix all that in there, and it's going to be great.
Yeah. That's a really good idea.
Yeah. And the other thing I like to do, especially in the wintertime, is literally growing trays of, a bag of wheat will cost you this much, but you can make a lot of trays of wheat to feed for your rabbits and your chickens.
Yep.
And they're getting green things then. And you're just using Tupperware tubs, Not too long I saw a post and they had 4 tubs, and it was just a rotation process.
Yep.
And they literally didn't put anything in there but the seed and some water. They didn't even have a mat or soil or anything.
Yeah, I always did it. I just took 2 of those, those metal, probably bad to use aluminum or whatever the metal trays are, the kind you get at Costco, the real big ones. I took a big one like that and I poked little teeny tiny holes in one of them. And then I had another one for the bottom.
Yep.
And what I would do is I just put all the seed there, all the wheat. I would just get wheat seed from my farm store or whatever,
Yep.
put all the wheat seed down, put some water in it. And I'd put water just enough to let it kind of sit and soak. And then I would drain all that water out and let it kind of sit just a little bit. And I'd have fodder, 3 days later, I'd have like this much fodder. And it was amazing. And I would just pull it out after it was tall enough, like a sheet, and lay it down. And the chickens would tear it up. I would give it to my pigs too. My little piglets loved it.
Yeah. And it's so good for them because it's literally fresh plant material in the wintertime.
It's perfect for wintertime. And in that really, really hot summer, though, it actually really helps. If you can keep it from molding, because in the heat of Texas summer, I find that our anytime we ferment anything, it's like hours. It's like hours and it's ready. Because if you don't watch it, it'll mold really fast. So we just kind of bulk it up. But I will say growing fodder is fantastic for your animal.
Still have not done that. And I really do need to.
It's just like sprouting seeds is all it is.
Yeah.
You're sprouting them just a little taller, but you don't need anything but water and the seeds.
Yeah.
I really do need to do that because my chickens do love grass.
Yeah. You can put a whole
now
fresh pile of grass down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
love
they'll
that.
tear it up. They'll also tear up, especially in the spring and summer when I'm getting, because I have 7, 13, I have 21 chickens, 2 are roosters. But for being a single solo homesteader, I get so many eggs.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sometimes in the summer, I mean, I've water glassed all I can water glass. I've froze in 3. I've frozen just the yolks. I have made everything. Eggnog. I'm ready for Christmas. Sometimes I'll scramble it for the chickens because it's good protein for them. I know some people hear that and they're like, "You're feeding them their own eggs back."
Oh, it's so good for them though.
Yes, I
Yeah.
am. And I'm putting red pepper flakes in there because that's good for the parasites. And we all know that parasites is going around the world right now. Okay. So I literally can buy a 59-cent tub at the farmer's market of like the Mennonite store and stuff. And they have the red pepper flakes that you can add for seasoning.
Yeah.
It's like this big of a tub. I'll put a buttload in their eggs and they tear it up and it helps them with digestive issues and getting the parasites out.
Yeah.
They tear it up over the summer. Some scrambled eggs, they're like, whoop, whoop.
Do you pulverize the eggshell and put it in there too?
Sometimes. Now, let me tell you, but I try not to do this a lot because my chickens are a lot smarter than I give them credit for. And if they see me break an egg in there, they're like, wait, we can do that like when
Oh.
one of my girl push her egg from the nesting box out to the middle of the thing and they start pecking until it's a group of them because people are like, okay, so you need to get rid of that chicken. I'm like, it's all of them. They're the little gangbangers.
Yeah.
They get that egg and it's a wrap.
You get a bunch of hoodlums.
Eating the shells. The shells they love. And it's good calcium for them.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do that, especially during the summer, is scrambled eggs, raw eggs.
And Ann Philbeck, she's saying oregano kills parasites, and that's a good thing to add in there too.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of herbs that are good for your chickens and your animals in general.
Yeah.
And for people, because oregano's really good with all natural antibiotic. And it's supposed to be good for their nesting boxes too. It's like lavender, rosemary, oregano, and what's the other one? That if you sprinkle it on their nesting like areas, it's supposed to calm them and relax them, and they have better egg laying. So
that would calm me too. I'd go in there and just take a nap. It was clean enough.
I'm trying to tell you.
Well, so rabbits are very similar too. I don't know if you guys have ever had rabbits or seen that, but rabbits are really good for, we feed our rabbits pellets for the most part. They are in cages. We don't raise ours in a colony, but we do offer hay at certain times. We will offer like some supplemental feed, but I do know I was looking for it a minute ago and I couldn't find it. You guys saw me calling, looking over here on the side, but Jesus Loving Homesteader Carmen put out a really great video. I don't even know how long, years ago, maybe, I don't know, on supplemental feed that you can grow in your home, on your homestead, for your rabbits. And she does hers in like a rabbit tractor and she runs them on the ground a lot of times. When she does have them, so they'll kind of mow her lawn down, which is really cool. But you can give them all kinds of really great herbs and vegetables and things. You have to just be careful. But just for common knowledge, carrots are not a thing you give to rabbits. So just because Bugs Bunny has one, like his cigar, it doesn't mean you should ever give them to rabbits. Because I've had so many people be like, I found a wild bunny. Should I give it carrots? And I was like, no. If you want to kill it, maybe. I mean, like, what do you want to do for it? No, you can give it lettuces. That's like when you find turtles, don't just give them carrots. You can give them some lettuce or things like that. But even lettuce, you have to be really careful because it can really make their stool watery. So just need to be careful introducing any kind of supplemental feed to any of your animals.
Right. So. That's a good point. A good point to give them a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
See how they react to it. Then you can see, okay, they're liking this. It's good for them. We're okay.
Did you guys see this? My grandma Alice used to give her chickens and cows my grandpa Jack's chew for controlling parasites. What?
Whoa.
Like,
so,
wait, hold on. Like used it? Like used chew or like before you put it in your she can go.
Yeah, I got to know more detail, Miss Penny. We
Yeah.
need more details for this. Well, yeah, I mean, you make a good point. Just making sure that they introduce any supplemental feed slowly, making sure that they're okay with it because it could upset someone's digestive system. Chew tobacco. But like already chewed tobacco?
Or fresh out of a
chew
package.
tobacco. Yeah. Okay, so I have a question for you guys. When you talk about supplemental feed, we've talked about a lot of bigger animals or a lot of farm animals, but there's a lot of people in the chat that probably don't have farm animals. In that case, do you have supplemental feed for your dogs or your cats, your pets?
You mean this one over here that is trying to rearrange my blanket in the shape of a nap?
It looks like it. She's trying to make those really fun, like animals that they leave for you on cruises. She's making you a blanket animal. Yeah, like a blanket thing.
Yes. To answer your question, yes. Destiny does have supplemental feed, especially because she's older and teeth aren't as strong as they were back in the day. I have heard about wait, did they answer? Okay, no, they haven't answered it yet. That I do protein and veggies that she likes. She will tear up some pumpkin. She will tear up some green beans.
Nice.
She loves chicken. And I even talk about in my videos how I can chicken legs specifically for her.
Oh.
Because a quart of canned chicken will last me a week for her. On top
So
of,
do you add it to her like dry kibble or whatever she would normally eat?
but softer broth, especially. Now with an older one, I like to we're talking about fermenting again. I ferment her feed in chicken broth for like an hour or two.
Really?
It's less feed that I have to give her, so I don't buy as much dog food. It's softer, and she loves chicken broth. And it's not chicken broth from the store. This is like the gold stuff that you make that you probably should be keeping for people.
Yeah.
But I'm freezing it in cubes for her. She loves it.
So you just take a cube and throw it in with her dog kibble, like her dry kibble, and then you let it kind of melt in there and just kind of like, or do you just
I
warm it up?
Microwave.
Okay, you warm it up. But then do you mix it or do you just let it swell and let her eat it? Like, so it looks like kibble, but it's just swollen and kind of mush.
I mix it up a little bit and let it sit.
Okay. Well, we do like when we have like we're processing animals. A lot of times we'll save their livers or their organ meats and we'll take the offal and we'll put it in a big pot especially like once we get all the pig innards back, we'll keep a lot of that and we don't keep it for ourselves as much as we will just cook it all up in one big stock pot. And then I will kind of mash it around and mix it all up. And then I will can that in small pint jars. And if there ever is a day that maybe say the mom of the house forgets to get dog food because nobody tells her that they need dog food, then sometimes they will get those just for dinner. But there are times when they're
good for them too. I mean,
yeah, it's super good, but it also can upset their tummy if they're not used to it. So this mom needs to remember to add that in their food every now and then so they're used to it. But we just take like a pint jar and kind of scoop some out and I divvy it to the 4 dogs and let them kind of have some. But yeah, it's good to have it on your pantry. So Sandy, what about you? Do you do any of the extra food for any animals? Or if you have any animals, what would you do?
Well, our 2 dogs passed away, so that we don't have animals at our house now. But we used to give them pumpkin all the time. Years and years ago, I read about how good pumpkin was. And in fact, one year, there was like this run. There's all these articles about dogs and pumpkin. And you couldn't it was just before Thanksgiving, you couldn't hardly find pumpkin. And I thought, people are trying to make pies here, and you're giving it to your dog.
Stop feeding it to your dog.
But our animals, our dogs have always loved vegetables.
That's so cool.
I think it probably stems from, they follow you in the garden and you're foraging, and they're looking at you and it's like, okay, have one of these.
Yeah.
Have a pea, have some broccoli.
Yeah. See, I love that. My little puppy Maverick will follow me into the garden and he'll eat green beans, but he just does this. And then he goes, and he spits it out. And I'm like, bro, It's good. You should try it. And I eat it, and he just wants to eat it so bad, but then he spits it out. And the rest of the dogs are on the other side, like, you dummy. That's dumb. That's green stuff. It lasts for the meat. But my dogs are also bougie. They don't want anything but meat or cheese.
Oh,
They're
that's
really
interesting.
jerks. They are jerks. Or they want whatever animal feed we put out for the other animals. They love chicken food, just chicken pellets. It's just horrible.
I will say that one of my friends has a goat that will not eat the goat pellet, only likes the chicken feed.
That is the craziest
Oh.
thing.
So she goes ahead and she puts the goat in with the chickens, and she's like, all right. Now, that goat is bougie because you have to like hand her the scoop, and she has to eat out of the scoop before you throw it
Oh,
to the
no.
chickens.
Oh, no.
Don't do it off the floor.
Oh, no.
She's not that desperate, okay?
Oh,
But
man.
also, Destiny
Nanny,
loves eggs.
Nanny Tam's getting out of here.
Oh.
We'll be praying for you, Miss Nanny Tam. She looks like she had a lightning storm. Yeah, I have to save all my battery on my phone. So yeah, be safe.
Mm-hmm.
You were saying Destiny likes eggs too. Ours likes eggs. Yeah,
Oh, ours do
steals
too.
all the eggs.
Mhm. I mean, that's another way that I use eggs, especially when I'm inundated with eggs.
Yeah.
But she does get, you know, she's a little bougie, like her dad. And if she has it more than 2 days in a row, she's like, something different. Let's spice it up here. Brown rice. She does love brown rice. I mean, I think of the dog food, the hard kibble dog food.
Yeah.
Like the girl told me about the chicken feed. Because you see all these new companies that are coming out with this wet dog food that's more organic and natural.
More like people food.
Yes. So I always said if I get it, I would not switch her now at her age.
Yeah.
Because it could tear her stomach up and be done. But
Yeah.
I may try the raw diet going forward because it seems to make healthier dogs. So,
well, I think it's interesting too. And the reason why I asked all that was because there are times where I look at my budget and I think dog food is expensive. Like this is really the kibble, the dry kibble that we get. We buy good stuff though. We buy quality food that doesn't start with wheat or anything. It usually starts with a protein. And if we're getting a chicken, rice, whatever, it's going to be chicken or beef that it starts with. And we do try to buy more, and it ends up being very pricey, especially for 4 dogs, 2 working dogs. Very busy working dogs, and then 2 very busy boxers that burn a lot of energy because they're constantly going. But it's one of those things that it makes me wonder, if I can't get to the grocery store or get to the feed store to get dog food, what kind of supplemental feed do I have for them? And I mean, you guys have brought up a lot of good points with the rice and then having those other options. I always have rice in here. I always have those things. And I guess, it's funny because growing up, people always say, my parents were always like, don't feed the dog your food. It's not good for them. And I was like, why is the food that I'm eating not good for the dog? Shouldn't it be the other way around? Like, don't eat the dog's food. It's not good for you. Like, how is but it's true though. A lot of times we eat so many processed things that it's not good for our dogs. So as long as we're eating whole foods, I guess that's where I really need to think about is, for supplemental feed for most of my like pet animals like that, I could probably feed them a lot of the things that I'm eating as long as it's whole foods.
Right.
Like those things.
You didn't used to be able to buy dog food.
Really?
Seriously, you didn't go to the store and buy bags of dog food.
I guess not.
That's a probably in the last 80 years.
What did Laura Ingalls feed her dog?
Scraps and and
I did research on that.
Yeah, they would catch rabbits and they would,
It's true.
You didn't used to be able to go to the Little House on the Prairie. Never went to that corner store and bought a bag of dog
That's
food.
true.
Can I just say, this is total side note since we mentioned Laura Ingalls. Highly recommend. This is Casey from Ormsby Farms. Highly recommends the new redo that's on Netflix.
I didn't know there was one.
The kids started watching the reboot tonight. That's what made me think of it because her dog Jack got lost in the river. I need to know, Casey, does she find him?
I'm not saying anything.
Because Jack's there later.
I will say.
Did she get a new Jack?
I will say because some of my friends are like, is it as kid friendly as the original one? It is very true to the books,
Okay.
Oh,
and it is a
good.
little bit darker than the original ones, like
Yeah.
problems between the Indians and the settlers, but highly. I mean, after the first 2 episodes were released, they already renewed it for season 2. It
Okay.
is
Oh,
absolute. I watched it in 2 days.
Well, I started watching episode 1, and when I'm just gonna say, spoiler, when Jack goes into the river, I was done. I was like, count me out. If that dog doesn't show back up in 5 minutes, I'm out of here. And he didn't show up before I had to come in here. And I was like, you don't come get me for this until that dog
Yes.
shows up.
No, have you read the books?
No.
Yeah, they have Jack for a while.
Well, I
yeah.
didn't know if they got a new Jack. They could have got a
No.
new Jack. Somebody said, Mom, Jack's in the other show. And I said, well, maybe they got a new Jack.
No, it's Mr. Edwards helps find it.
Okay.
Which that's another thing. The Mr. Edwards in the original was very like bubbly funny. This one's very dark. And from what
Oh,
I'm told, it's very true to
Story.
the story and the period. This one shows a lot more of, I guess you would call it racism between the Indians and the settlers.
Yeah.
A lot of, because when I watch period pieces, I am Googling on my phone, like, did this really happen? Like when I watched The Crown, I was like, did Queen Elizabeth really do that? And most of the time they did. And so
Yeah.
I Googled, I said, did men back in that time really have drinking problems like they're portraying it? And it was a big problem back then. And they show it a lot on this one, that Mr. Edward has a very bad drinking problem.
Well, I feel like he was a drinker in the originals, right?
I guess it was so cheesy that you don't really remember that.
I mean, I only watched like 5 episodes of the originals, and it was very obvious to me he was a drunk.
yeah. But that was at the very beginning part.
Yeah.
As it progressed, he wasn't that way later.
Yeah.
So let's hope this new season is on or the new reboot is on for as many seasons.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, this is totally sidetracked from what we were talking about, but it's a must watch, y'all. It is. We
did have reason to go there, so we did. But Ann Philbeck said, when I make roast with vegetables or chicken with vegetables, I free the rest of it, and I could use that for dog food. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
And that made me think, because I just had a bunch of we processed the last 7 of our meat birds last night, and in like 105-degree heat, and Eric was like, he was really struggling out there, but we got him done, and I cut all the meat off the bones. So I had the main carcass, and there were still chunks of meat left. And I threw that into my big stock pot, all 7 of the chest, breast pieces and all that, and the spine, threw it into my stock pot and basically cooked it all night long. Left the stove on overnight. Totally bad, but I did it on low, and I let it go all night long. I didn't add any vegetables or anything to it. I just wanted straight chicken broth. I wanted to be very plain, very bland, a little bit of seasoning, organic, no salt seasoning, keeping it very mild. And oh my word, it was so good. Hey, Ginger, it was so good and ready this morning. I'm really excited now, because I was thinking, because it doesn't have a lot of seasoning in it, I could probably use that in the future for some of my dog stuff that I need to, if I need to moisten their things, because it doesn't have a lot of extra flavors in it. I didn't do anything extra. There's no salt in it.
Well, I think that the company needs to send, again, we ask this a lot, for them to send us freeze dryers, because one of the reasons I was always raised that they're like, no, you need to give your dogs the hard food because it helps their teeth. And forever I believed it. And I was like, but wait, we don't always eat hard stuff, and our teeth are just fine strength-wise.
Well, mine chew sticks and bones. So
why not, if you want hard food, why not, like she said, the roast, and freeze dry it and break it up, and then you can add that back to your dog's food. But we have to be sent a freeze dryer. Harvest Right. What's the other one? Blue one?
Well, just so you know, they do sell freeze dried dog food.
Yes, I've been gifted some from family that were like, oh, our dog passed. We just bought 6 months supply, and I don't know what to do with it. Do you want it? I'm like, yes, thank you. And she loves freeze dried stuff.
You have to make sure you have enough water mixed in with it, because it'll literally suck water out of your body or out of your dog's body.
Yeah.
To let it hydrate all the way before you give it to them.
Yeah.
Completely
See,
on a package that's not clear. by the way.
Yeah.
And that really should be with any food, even for us when we have freeze-dried
Right.
foods.
Right.
I mean, now freeze-dried candies, you're eating candy, so your stomach is going to be messed up. Your waistline will probably be even more waist up. Because I just found out about freeze-dried Milky Ways. It's wrong. It is
Yeah.
wrong because I like it so much. But no, let the food rehydrate all the way back. You put enough water in. But it's a great way. I mean, Ann Philbuck said she has freeze-dried cat food.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's a good way to stock up.
Yeah, but just don't give your cat without adding the water to it.
Hydrating. Yeah.
I think sometimes people don't realize that you have to rehydrate that, and you don't want your pets to get sick.
No.
Yeah. Okay. So is there any other animals or supplemental feed sources that we didn't touch on yet? Sandy, do you have anything extra that you wanted to touch on?
Well, I have fruit trees,
Oh,
and that you're always going to get ones that fruit that drop. Let your ducks, your geese, your chickens, your pigs wander through there and just eat that stuff up.
Yeah.
Now, what do either one of y'all do for like wild birds, like birds? I have done I've done bacon grease and seeds and stuff, and over the winter if some are there, and I put it like a suet kind of thing.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Because you have leftovers, all that stuff is leftover. I mean, your sunflower seeds from the summer, you throw it in there, and it's great.
Yeah.
And depending on what kind of corn you grow, you can, if you do the hard corn that you would make cornmeal and stuff with, a lot of the bigger birds just love pecking at that, especially in the wintertime. And I mean, you may get squirrels that will like that too.
Yeah.
But I just always want, for my wild birds, I always want water. I always want to have some good feed for them. When it becomes a time when my raspberries or strawberries, about 2 weeks before that, I stopped feeding them in the summertime for a while, because there they are eating off the bird feeder, and they look down and they go, "Oh, that strawberry is just beautiful."
Yeah.
And so, but really, in the summertime, there's depending on what you do, because I grow a lot of things that have seed heads for the birds.
Yeah.
It's more the wintertime when they really need our help.
Yeah. Well, why not? They bring, because we always say all of our animals are on a pay scale. But see, the birds bring me joy, which means that I don't have to go crazy and lose my mental mind. So that's their paycheck. There is, they help Casey not go crazy. Yeah,
and they'll eat so many insects. It's crazy how many insects a little bird, especially when they got babies. That they are just looking for those insects that we don't really want in our garden.
And I go on the bougie train. I'm bougie for me, bougie for my dogs, my chickens. When I buy bulk nuts at Azure Standard, around the week of Christmas, if I have birds that are still there, I put out some cashews, because now they're expensive. So I don't give them year round. But they will tear up some cashews and some, what are the other ones they love? Peanuts, they do like. But cashews, they will tear it up.
I feel bad. I think we're giving Ginger some wrong ideas. She said she has a screeching bird that's been hanging around for the last couple of weeks. He needs that dehydrated food straight out of the bag. So annoying. She's trying to explode that bird. She's trying to get rid of it.
We know she's teasing.
It's freeze dried anyway, girl. You got to give him the freeze dried stuff to say bye-bye. Give him the freeze dried Milky Ways. Maybe he'll leave.
No, just give those to Casey. I'll leave.
You brought up a really good point, Sandy. That's one of the things we do with ours. And I thought about it when you said that. Some of my animals eat with the seasons, though, like we do as people, because when all the acorns fall, my chickens and ducks, especially my ducks, will gobble those acorns up. The persimmons, we have a persimmon tree off top, out front of our house, and all my animals will eat those persimmons up. My chickens, my ducks, my dogs, eat up the persimmons. And then whenever my friends get rid of their pears or their apples, all the stuff that fall to the bottom, we will go collect the pears and the apples that hit the ground, put them in a big bucket and bring them home and give them to our chickens, ducks,
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
pigs. Like they love them. Absolutely love them. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And a lot of that fruity stuff and acorns make the meat taste so much better,
Yes.
you know.
Yep.
And that's a good way also of cleaning up your area. When Marcus first got pigs, you know,
Yeah.
I had 4 pear trees and 2 plum trees in an area. And of course, like Sandy said, they're going to fall. You're going to get the ones that are falling on the ground. You don't see them and they start rotting and ants or whatever. Have somebody that has pigs or something come and clean up that whole area because that's free supplemental
yeah.
feed for them.
Yeah.
And
Absolutely.
it's now pouring at my house. So it left Nanny Tam's and is now
That's your place.
windows.
I heard it's supposed to be really rough over there, guys. Like it's getting a little squirrely up north.
Well, I'm so not north.
Well, north and east.
Did I say, Monica, have you watched my channel before?
I know where you live. See you soon.
Oh yeah. But yeah, that's an easy way for you as one that don't have pigs to get your orchard cleaned up for for next year. And it's an easy way for someone to supplement not having to buy so much feed for their pigs or their cows, to just throw them the only thing that I have heard is like with the peaches that the pigs shouldn't eat the seed or the pit of the peaches. Now,
yeah, I don't know. I don't throw peaches to my pigs unless we've already opened them up and discovered they were bad. But we don't have that many peaches to offer them. We just throw pears and apples and all that to them. So,
yeah.
I don't share peaches.
Okay, so I think we're going to do a giveaway, but before we do, I don't know if everybody in the chat really knows this, but do you know that Monica at Bland's Promise Ranch has 114,000 subscribers? And I just want to say congratulations.
Yes.
well, thank you. We were supposed to be doing a giveaway soon and a big thing and a big celebration. We just haven't had a chance to get on and go live again. So hopefully soon.
And I was thinking about that today when I was driving into town. I was like, Monica's not going to be able to be a part of the Hay Bale Awards this year.
Oh no, we're upping it to 150 or less.
Oh,
that way.
Because it was 100,000 or less, and now Monica's like, she's that Tata channel now. She's got over 100.
Well, thank you guys. No, we stay tuned because we're hopefully putting out more long form videos soon. Eric has not been doing long form. He's been so busy, but I've got a bunch of ideas up in this brain and I'm finally getting them down on paper and putting them together. So hopefully we'll be doing a little travel vlog soon. Despite Eric wanting me to do a vlog, I will come again with my vlogs.
She's going to vlog it up, y'all. But y'all chit chat, and I'm about to pull up our giveaway because y'all, I won't say this is the final giveaway, and I'm going to give the spiel that this word that I'm about to put up, you can put it any of the channels that you're watching. We would love for you to come over to the Hay Bale channel and give us a like, give us a subscribe, and do it there. But you can do it in all of them. I'm going to be choosing one tonight for the $10 gift card and 2 more names to be entered into our big name. So
Tamara said something about maybe learning about small scale composting. I think that maybe have to be a topic for soon to another live in the future. Maybe that's on our next season. Maybe we show people how to do small scale composting.
Look who's here too in the chat.
Miss Anne. Hello. Oh, look at Cynthia Delot, all the way from the Netherlands.
Yay.
Hey, Miss Anne, glad you're here. And Rita does say you shouldn't give them the peach pit because it releases the toxic hydrogen cyanide when crushed. You don't want that.
I totally, oh, there she is. Sorry, Cynthia. I was like, I'm trying to find you.
See? So, yeah. Maria Graham, hello, welcome in. So, yeah. All right. So, what word? Are you ready for the word? So yes, Tamara, there you go. We'll have to do that again. Tamara Amling said she wanted to learn about that. Feed, F-E-E-D. That's it. Feed. Just put feed in the chat. And there you go. Miss Ann, love you. Everybody give Miss Ann some love. Glad you're here. All right. So remember, if you win tonight, this first giveaway is our final $10 gift card for this season anyway, for this 12-week boot camp. And then after that, we'll choose 2 more winners and you guys will be added to our big pot, just like Casey was explaining earlier. And if you win tonight, the first one, make sure you email us at roundthehaybale@gmail.com. And so whoever wins this one. So put in feed and let's see if we can at least get to 20. How many do we have in there, Casey? I can't tell because I'm blind.
17.
Okay, there you go. I feel like we could get to 20. Should we be able to get to 20?
I think we should.
I think it makes sense. It's going to stop and stay now right on 17 just because I said something about going to 18. Okay, come on. 2 more people. You got to do this. Just type in feed into the chat. And I know you all are super comfy coming over to everybody's channels, and I love that. So it doesn't matter what channel you are, you can type in the word feed and it still should register.
Right.
So it doesn't matter if you're in my feed or anybody else's chat. You can still type it in. 2 more people. Anybody. You guys.
Well, Casey, I guess you're going to have to do it.
We're just going to have to click her away. So 3, 2.
There we go.
All right. For the $10 gift card, it's
Jade. Hey. Congratulations, Shade Tree Cook. You have won a $10 Amazon gift card, digitally delivered to you via email. Just email us at roundthehaybale@gmail.com, and then you will get your $10 gift card to your email. Yep. And now we're going to pick 2 more winners. Are they just putting feed in there again, Casey?
I'm just doing it.
Keep going. Perfect. And then who is winning now you will be entered to our big giveaway in 2 more weeks. Maria Graham.
Yay.
8752. So she is in our big pot giveaway. There's all kinds of fun stuff going to be given away on August 4th. Make sure you come in because August 4th will be the big night where there's going to be all kinds of winners and we got all kinds of good prizes. Yes, Jane.
Yeah, we'll even talk about the prizes before we get to the moment with
absolutely.
So everybody kind of knows.
Mrs. Dallas. There you go. Your name's in the pot again. This is awesome.
And we'll still do on our big giveaway. We'll still do a giveaway that night. That's from the names of people that are
absolutely.
But prizes, y'all. When Monica says we have a bunch of prizes, we have a bunch of prizes, and we have multiple $50 gift cards that are being given away that night.
So
we
generous.
have seed books. We have an incubator. We have a soap making kit. We have a rocket stove.
Saltwater lamp. We've got fire starters.
Herb book.
Yep.
Yeah.
We have canning 4 jars from 4-jar canning lids. It's just a lot. And it's really a big how much we appreciate you. We're doing this giveaway because we appreciate y'all so much coming in every single week.
Yep.
So before we get to Moment with Monica, just for the new ones that have popped in recently before the very beginning, next week, next Tuesday, we will not be live. We're having a 11-hour marathon. So every single episode from this boot camp will be re-aired from lunchtime till 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you come in, you may see some of us in the chat. There will be no giveaways in there. So you won't be, we'll say we're doing a giveaway, but they already have one. And then August 4th is when we're doing our big giveaway. So mark your calendar, August 4th, 7 p.m. Central. Come in. We're going to have so much fun doing giveaways. And so, so now I think it's time to have a little moment with Monica because we do have a lot of new people that have jumped in since the beginning. So if you have to ugly cry again,
I'm going to try not to ugly cry, but thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Today's moment with Monica. So for those of you who just came in, we have Miss Ann wasn't in here tonight. She popped in the chat, which is amazing. But Miss Ann did lose her sweet, precious husband overnight. And when I say lose, she really didn't lose him. He just went to be at a different home for right now. And so if you could keep Miss Ann in your prayers, that would be amazing. Her and her family, her precious children. And so I wanted to share something with you that I kind of shared with Miss Ann today, and I'm not going to tell you all the words I sent her, but I wanted to share with you the verse that was really on my heart this morning. And I had no idea what had happened overnight. This was just on my heart about 10:30 this morning. And so Psalm 143 verses 4-6 says, "So my spirit grows faint within me. My heart within me is dismayed. I remember the days of long ago. I meditate on all of your works and consider what your hands have done. I spread out my hands to you and I thirst for you like a parched land." And this is the NIV, by the way, so it's a little different if you're the King James. But I immediately started to pray for Miss Ann. I asked God that He would cover her and that He would just be with her, that as her spirit might feel like it's growing weary and faint, and as her heart might feel dismayed from whatever was happening, from all the things that were happening, that she remember those days of long ago. Remember the times that God provided. Remember the beautiful days, meditating on all the wonderful things that God had given her, considering all the wonderful works that God has done for her. All the beautiful gifts of days spent laughing, maybe spent on the water with her husband and children, spent weekends with Aunt Peg, and all the different fun things that she's had experience. Those beautiful memories of sitting quietly with her husband, or maybe him just cooking her eggs and bacon in the morning, whatever it is, spending time. And I prayed that she would just, when she was considering all that she would spread out her hands and just thirst as if like water thirsting in a parched land. And honestly, I hope that you have that same remembrance this week. I hope that as you go on your week and you go through your days, that you remember all the things that God has done for you. Remember, take time and meditate on the beautiful works that God has done in your life. And if you don't know the Lord, I pray that you find Him, that you seek His face, and that you would respond if He's speaking to you. Because I could tell you right now that there's nothing more than what Mr. Worth and Miss Ann wanted for people was to know Jesus Christ as their Lord and Savior. So if that's you and you feel that moment, make sure you respond. Don't hesitate, because tomorrow was not promised. So meditate on God's word, lift your hands and give Him praise for all the things. So have a good week, guys.
Bye, y'all.
I did it without the ugly cry. If y'all rewind, you'll see there's a lot of ugly crying in the beginning. You don't have to. Stick with the good face. Stick with the good.
I will say, before people watching the reback, I didn't call Monica out. She texted that in our group chat.
I did. I did.
Looked down and I saw ugly crying. I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'll give Monica a little bit of gruff for it. But
no, you can do that anytime. Casey's like my brother, so he can give me all the razz all he wants.
Yeah, that's right.
We do love Miss Ann so much, and we want you to send prayers, but we also want to make sure that you are very respectful with her privacy right now and her family. Send prayers, send thoughts, but let's give Ann her privacy and her time. And we love you, Ann, and
we do.
You're in here, so you know we love you. We loved your husband, and you know he's with Jesus now. And y'all have a wonderful week. So
yeah, we'll see you in 2 weeks live. 2 weeks live.
But
we'll come back next week for the replay. That way you can see Miss Ann in the meantime too, because if you want to see Miss Ann, she's going to be here next week in all the replays.
You know. Yes. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Ann and Casey, Monica and Sammy, gather round and let's start this grand plan. Can some pickles